The first thing the survey ship Halcyon Reach noticed was the silence. No FTL wake, no radiation bloom, no echo of a jump gone wrong. Just wreckage. Commander Ilias Verne stood on the bridge, hands clasped behind his back, staring at the holographic spread of twisted hulls. They hung in space like frozen screams, plates peeled open, spines snapped, weapons never fired. "Confirm again," Verne said, his voice low. "No power signatures at all," Sensor Officer Cade replied. "No residual heat, no active cores, not even decay noise. It's like they died politely." They drifted at the edge of a dead star system, a place with nothing worth fighting over, no planets, no gates, no trade routes. And yet the wreckage belonged to a fleet, dozens of ships from multiple factions, human and alien alike, designs spanning centuries of technological rivalry. Lieutenant Sierra Malk leaned closer to her console. "Commander, hull scoring is inconsistent. Some ships are torn apart, others look abandoned." Verne frowned. "Boarding parties," he ordered. Shuttles detached from the Halcyon Reach, gliding toward the nearest cruiser, its name half burned away. Inside, the corridors were pristine, no scorch marks, no explosive residue. Crew quarters were empty, beds neatly made, personal effects carefully arranged. "It's like they stood up and left," Sierra said over the comm. Verne floated through the command deck, boots magnetized, eyes drawn to the captain's chair. A thin layer of frost coated the armrests, yet life support had clearly shut down gently, intentionally. On the main display, a final log entry blinked, corrupted but readable in fragments. "No enemy detected. No warnings. Something is here." The recording ended without panic, without urgency, as if the captain had been interrupted mid-thought. Back on the bridge of the Halcyon Reach, alarms chimed softly. Cade swallowed. "Commander, I'm picking up micro-distortions around us. Not energy, not gravity. It's like space is holding its breath." Verne felt a chill that had nothing to do with temperature. "Keep scanning," he said. And for the first time since entering the field, he wished desperately for something to shoot at. The distortions grew stronger as the Halcyon Reach moved deeper into the debris field. Not measurable by any known instrument, yet impossible to ignore. Crew members reported headaches, pressure behind the eyes, a sensation of being watched from just behind reality. Sierra replayed the corrupted log again and again, slowing it down, filtering noise. Between words, something else emerged, a rhythm almost like breathing. "Commander," she said, voice tight, "there's a pattern in the signal gaps. They're too regular to be damage." Verne leaned over her shoulder. "Can you isolate it?" "I think it's not data," she replied. "I think it's a shadow where data should be." Boarding teams reported similar unease. On an alien dreadnought, crew had vanished mid-task, tools resting in open hands, consoles awaiting input. No signs of struggle, no emergency measures triggered. Dr. Aaron Pell, the ship's xenopsychologist, spoke quietly during the briefing. "Predators don't always hunt with violence," he said. "Some hunt with inevitability." Verne frowned. "You're saying this thing convinced them to leave?" "I'm saying it made staying impossible," Pell replied. As if in answer, the lights flickered. Not dimming, not failing, simply pausing. For a fraction of a second, the universe seemed to skip. Every crew member felt it, a moment where time forgot to move forward. Then the sensors screamed. Not with a detection, but with an error cascade, readings contradicting themselves, space reporting itself as occupied and empty at once. "There," Cade whispered, pointing at the hologram. A region of absolute nothingness slid between the wrecks, bending starlight without mass, presence without form. Verne stared at it, heart hammering. "No weapons lock," Cade said. "No targeting solution, it's not there enough to shoot." The nothingness passed through a shattered cruiser, and the metal didn't bend or break. It simply ceased to exist where the absence touched it, edges left unnaturally smooth. Sarah gasped. "It's not destroying matter," she said. "It's removing it from relevance." The entity drifted closer to the halcyon reach, indifferent, curious, or perhaps unaware of them entirely. Verne gave the order. Full retreat. The engines flared, but space resisted, stretching like thick syrup. FTL refused to engage, not failing, just declining. And in the silence that followed, the absence turned toward them. Time lost meaning as the halcyon reach struggled. Minutes felt stretched, thoughts echoed too long in the mind. Crew members reported hearing voices that were not sound, impressions of farewell, of completion. Dr. Pell clutched his head, eyes unfocused. "It's not hostile," he murmured, "it's final." The absence pressed closer, and systems began shutting down in sequence, not violently, but respectfully. Life support cycled to standby, weapons safeties engaged, navigation logs finalized themselves. "It's like it's tucking us in," Sarah whispered, tears floating free in zero gravity. Verne forced himself to stand tall. "All hands," he said calmly, "prepare emergency data buoy. We may not leave, but our warning will." They compressed everything they had learned into a tight beam burst, aiming it blind toward known space. As the signal launched, Verne felt a strange relief, as if the universe approved of this small defiance. The absence enveloped the ship, and reality thinned. Verne saw memories overlay the bridge, not his own, but others, thousands of crews across time, all encountering the same quiet end. Not an attack, not a battle, but a correction. A cosmic mechanism, removing noise from the equation. Sarah laughed softly, hysterical and awed. "So this is what eats fleets," she said, "not fire, not war." The halcyon reach did not explode. It simply joined the stillness, hull becoming another frozen monument in the field. Except it did not fully vanish. At the last instant, something unexpected happened. The absence hesitated. A pause within a pause. It brushed against the data buoy's fanning wake, and for the first time, it changed course. The buoy reached human space weeks later, battered but intact. Analysts replayed the data in disbelief, watching fleets die without enemies, without energy, without reason that fit existing models. Admirals argued, scientists theorized, politicians denied. There were no FTL traces, no weapons signatures, no culprit to rally against. Just wreckage. Exploration was halted in entire sectors, borders quietly redrawn. Ships avoided empty systems, listening for the sound of nothing breathing. And somewhere beyond mapped space, the absence drifted on. Not chasing, not hunting, simply balancing the scales of existence in ways no civilization had been meant to notice. The final frame of the Halcyon Reach log became famous. Commander Verne standing on the bridge, eyes steady, as the universe gently closed around him. Beneath it, a single recovered annotation from the corrupted feed, translated imperfectly but consistently across languages. "We were never attacked. We were resolved." And in that knowledge, every fleet commander learned the same quiet fear. That one day, they might enter a system with no FTL traces, no energy signatures. And understand, far too late, that the wreckage was not a battlefield. It was a message.